EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
And that's a run that will energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 19 yards away. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 31, Murray looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Love. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. And an update now from up in Seattle. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Murray now on 1st down. Able to get this to Gordon. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On
2nd and 9, Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to rifle one deep left side into a double team, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. Well, he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line. Come on, set.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Eagles 7, Cardinals nothing.
Here we go. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Off play action. Fields. He gets this to Devontae Adams. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
51, Mike 51. Watch the run. Check nine. Go.
he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
So that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 9 yards on the gain there. So from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
To throw on 3rd down. Fields escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. On second down, Love. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Murray. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Murray now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
It's now 3rd down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Throwing on third and long. Murray. Going right side here, and that's complete. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy?
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. On second down, this is Harris. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, Fields. And an alley to run. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
2nd and 4. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
51. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Fight 51. Mike 50.
Operating from the gun, Fields. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
A final shot before half from Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 11. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Second down, Murray sets to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Arizona. 53 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 12-yard line.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Melvin Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tack McKinley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. Back to throw. Fields finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now a carry for Sanders. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. Off the play fake. Fields. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off near the 42. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So on third and goal, Gordon. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a fourth and goal. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And he'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage at the 3. Gordon can't break through against this defensive line. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Here's Sanders. And an alley to run. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. On second down now, it's Sanders. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. On 4th down, Fields. And that is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain still. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st down, it's Sanders. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw. Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 7. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Yeah, we'll see what his offense can do. Now Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 54 yards. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And Isabella. 27 yards as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Six guys. Check six guys. Check safety. Check safety. Okay.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields dancing to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Back to throw, Murray. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Here's Murray. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A nice gain of 21 yards.
56 right there. 56.
Murray to throw. Open man is Howard, the tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Motion. 56, the mic, boy, 56.
To throw is Murray. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And that one is incomplete, and it stops the clock at 12 seconds left in the half. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go one more. Mike, 55.
Throwing again, Murray. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I'd take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it?
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to rank.
There goes Melvin Gordon. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Cards, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles,